You have to be very diligent about managing your time. 1440 as a video on my YouTube channel. It's not about trading, but it's more important. Right now, before you learn how to trade, you need to master your time, because that's something that you don't get more of. And you have to schedule it and be diligent about how you spend your time. And I want to commend all of you that are sitting here right now listening to other people and listening to me. The folks that spend their weekends pursuing this, wanting to learn more about it, and being around people that do it, that is it. That is one of the biggest testimonies that you have exactly what's required to do this. Everybody else is out there chasing tail, wanting to get drunk, blaze up. No, you're here being a part of something that is encouraging, that has a community vibe that is, in my opinion, the best. I didn't build this. Kit and every one of you built this. And I'm so really amazed to see the honesty from everybody coming forward and sharing their observations, their hardships, and encouraging one another. I think that's amazing, because this industry right now, because of social media and the competition between gurus and mentors and who can trade better than this one, and it's all bullshit. When you start making money, you're not going to worry about what I'm doing and what I'm going to eventually put out in a book or a video if I ever do it again. You don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit about that. And that's exactly how it should be. You're living your life. You're here to get a skill set so that way you can live your life the way you want it on your own terms. There's nothing wrong with that. But everything in this industry right now is all about toxic competition. Who can take the most from the other person? Who can make more off of that one and belittle this one? And you need to be placing yourself in the presence of other people that want to build you up and lift you up. And personally, that this is one of those types of things here in this community. I think it's very admirable what held together here and maintained. And I told him when we were having our discussion, unfortunately, the bandwidth didn't allow for a real nice video playback. But I told him, I said, what you're doing is awesome. And I want to see what you do with it. I want to see it grow. It should grow. And it shouldn't just be about me or the things that I taught. And I was wonderfully pleased to hear how there was another person here today that doesn't trade with what we trade with. And you were very accepting to them. It was very disarming to hear how you said, we don't discriminate against anybody else that may trade differently, because there's lots of ways to make money in this, folks. What I've taught and what I do is not the only way to skin this cat. There's lots of ways to do it. But it's important that you learn from somebody that actually can do it. Can they break it down and explain to you, this is the process, this is the order of what you should be focusing on right now in the beginning. It's not about making money. Everything has a learning curve, and this is one of the steepest learning curves you'll ever put yourself through. And it's hard. It's a whole lot of uncertainty, things to worry about. Will you be able to do it? How long is it going to take? When am I going to be profitable? How do I know this and how do I know that? All those questions get answered by the process of going through everything that's been prescribed to you. And the unfortunate thing is, you're not willing to make the investment. Some of you. You're scared. Man, what if I put in all this time and it doesn't work for me? Put in a little bit more time. Because when you learn this, when you look back and you think to yourself, man, I almost talked myself out of this. What the hell was I thinking? Look at this. Look what I'm able to do right now. I could walk out there on Monday and I can make myself $2,500 and not even over leverage and make it and stop trading and I'm done. How many people do you know in your friends and family circle makes $2,500 in a week? Think about it. There's some people that don't even make that in a month. You're learning how to do something as hard as it may seem right now. When you get this skill set, it's something that no one can take from you. Nobody can take it from you. And then now, because you'll learn how to do it yourself, you'll get experience, and then you can share it with your children and then help them remove themselves from slavery, because that's exactly what your job is. They've convinced you that that wage that you're going after in that 40-hour pay week, or if you're a manager and you're in salary in a 50, 60, 70-hour work week that you're probably putting in, they've convinced you that that amount of money was worth prostituting your time for them. Really? You're willing to put yourself through that bullshit just to get bread on a plate, be told when you can and can't, and you better show up on time or you're going to get written up and potentially lose your job. You're willing to put yourself through that, but not this, when this has a higher potential yielding income and a schedule that you can make whatever you want it to be. You can live wherever you want to live, drive whatever the fuck you want to drive, do whatever you want to do. And nobody's telling you otherwise. There's nothing better than this. Nothing. Not one thing out there better than this. I'm an entrepreneur, ICT. I want to do this and do that. That's wonderful. I think personally, many of you that want to have other businesses and things like that, when you start making serious money doing this, you're going to be like, fuck this. I don't want to have employees. I don't want to have a brick and mortar building to worry about. I don't want to worry about all that stuff. I want to be a digital nomad. I'm going to bounce around, do what the hell I want to do, fly around here, visit this one, do that, and live your life fast and loose. Some of you think that's unobtainable. As long as I can make, $1,000, here and there. You're thinking too small. You're thinking too small. How far do you want to go? What defines professional to you? Professional trader. You're a professional money maker. You're a professional risk manager. You're a professional speculator. You're embracing the uncertainty of you might have it wrong once in a while, but you're not freaking out when you do it. Some of you aren't prepared for that right now. You don't want that. You're trying to hide yourself from that inevitable losing streak. Not losing trade, losing streak. Multiple losing trades. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do if it happens? You're going to reduce risk and you're going to follow your model. How hard is that? See how fast that is to remove all this what if thinking. But see, you can't appreciate that because you don't know what that model is for you yet. You have no experience in seeing how many times it presents itself in old data. That's the key. That's the very thing. That's your secret weapon that gives you the confidence to keep doing it and sticking to it. And it's the same thing you're going to apply in the charts that's forming live, real time. You're expecting those same things to unfold candlestick by candlestick, whatever time frame you're using. And because you've seen it so many times before, because you've studied a very specific model, your reticular activating system has been keyed up. That means that you're seeing something that you have grown an affinity for. You want to see something in price action that you believe is your model. And because that's your model, everything else in the chart is filtered out. And the thing that you're looking for, as soon as it manifests itself in price, it's like illuminated. It's standing out like a spotlight. Boom! Here I am. And you're on time. Let's get to work. And that's dynamite. That's exactly what professional traders do. They know exactly what the fuck they're looking for, when it's supposed to be there, and they're showing up on time to engage it. They manage it. They don't put on large risk. They don't do the maximum 15 contracts because their funded account company says they can. How much can you, the trader, the professional trader, the CEO of You Incorporated Trading, how much can you take on as risk and not feel any emotion? But I can't get rich, ICT, doing that. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Because apparently you don't know what compound interest is, because you don't need a large rate of return to get rich. You need something that repeats over